Welcome back to another lesson in the Walking Jazz Standards series. In this lesson we'll be looking at the popular jazz tune There Will Never Be Another You by Harry Warren. This really is a classic jazz standard. It's one of those barn burners among jazz musos. That's to say, it's one of those tunes that every jazz muso knows like the back of their hand, so you can really cut loose on it and just have fun. It's worth taking the time to commit this tune to memory, as you'll be playing it on gigs all the time. Plus, the more tunes you have up in the old noodle, the less page turning you'll have to do. Let's take a look at the form. There Will Never Be Another You has a 32 bar A, B, A, C repeating form. Each of these sections is 8 bars in length. Another way to think of it is as two 16-bar A sections with a slight variation at the end of each section. The key signature has 3 flats, which tells us that we're in the key of E flat major. The chord progression itself is very standard. There are, however, a few spots of interest. Bars 10 and 11 feature a D flat 7 resolving upper tone to chord 1, E flat major 7. We've touched very briefly on this resolution in recent videos, but it's worth discussing it again. This is what is sometimes referred to as an irregular resolution of the dominant 7th. The most frequently seen resolution is, of course, chord 5 to chord 1. For the key of E flat major, this would be B flat 7 resolving to E flat major 7, which sounds quite nice. D flat 7 to E flat major 7 also sounds nice. So why is this the case? It's all to do with voice leading and chord function. Voice leading is the art of connecting one chord to the next in the smoothest way possible. This usually involves small scalic movements from the chord tones of the first chord to the chord tones of the second chord. We can think of each chord tone as a voice, as this is essentially 4-part harmony, which has its roots in classical music. B flat 7 and E flat major 7 share 2 of the same chord tones, B flat and D. The other 2 chord tones require a small movement, F down to E flat and A flat down to G. Because both of these chords share common chord tones and neighbouring chord tones, the resulting voice leading between the two sounds very smooth. D flat 7 and E flat major 7 don't share any of the same chord tones, but B flat 7 and D flat 7 do, F and A flat. The other 2 chord tones also require a small movement, D flat up to D and C flat or B natural down to B flat. And because both of these chords have both neighbouring chord tones and, more importantly, share common chord tones with each other, they sound similar. And this means that D flat 7 can function harmonically in the same way as B flat 7. Now, if you're scratching your head in complete and utter confusion, that's understandable. Don't worry about the theory. Just remember, if it sounds good, it is good. But while we're on the topic of irregular resolutions, another one pops up in bars 28 to 29, with a D7 resolving up a semitone to E flat major 7. This resolution is also viable. Here's the short explanation. D7 is the 5 chord of some form of G chord, be it G major 7 or G minor 7. E flat major 7 and G minor 7 share 3 common chord tones, making them almost identical harmonically. That is, they sound almost exactly the same. Well, now that we've got that out of the way, let's take a look at this lesson's bass line. I try to write a bass line that incorporates many different techniques, such as major modes, altered modes, chord tensions, arpeggios, chromaticism, and so on, while remaining melodic and interesting. The bass line starts off with major modes, and gradually introduces new ideas and concepts. If you enjoyed this lesson, please be sure to make a donation to my GoFundMe page, and until the next lesson, take care.